Good morning. Hey, Sparkover, how goes it? Alright, that should also be the go live tweet taken care of. Oh, you've been up since 4. That sounds awful. But that's mainly just because past couple days I've been having trouble with waking up a lot earlier than planned. But so far, I'm doing pretty good. Hey, Kawachi. Hey, Glassy Press. Fantastic to see you all. Hope everybody's off to a good start for the week. Hey, Cisco Clown, how goes it? I haven't seen you in chat for a while. How have you been? Alright, taking care of some of the initial just went live setup and housekeeping. Then we'll dig right in. So, hold on. So, the arcade's open. But what's up with the machines? Like, are they just on... Wait, yeah, because I know newer 2DX, like, Tricolor Forward, they don't boot without EMUs. So, like, what's happening in that regards? That's weird, Kawachi. Yeah, I think we're okay for timing. Well, at least as far as Infinitas is concerned. Let's see. Do I have the... I do have it off at an angle. Okay. All right. So let's see. What is e-amusement? Let's see if folks answered that question. Yeah. So in addition to being an online service for like keeping track of scores and all that, it's also kind of used as a security measure now as well. Since Tricoro forward, if machines can't connect to the network, they don't boot. Period. Like, you can, with older versions, you could play them offline, but with newer ones, you can't. So, and the thing is, US releases, it's been a bit weird, because everything that's formally come out in the US, at least that's EMU sensitive, has typically been in round 1 arcades, with only a couple of exceptions. So it's a very weird situation. All right. I see we've got a couple other folks tuning in. Happy Monday. Glad to see all of you here. Alright, so let's keep on warming up. Hey, Gambletini. How goes it? Excellent. Yeah, I was hoping to push that to a double A. Still have a bit of a headache, but not bad as yesterday. Glad to hear. I'm doing pretty good. Like, might remember me mentioning past couple nights I've had trouble sleeping. Last night I'd say was the best night I've had in, I'd say, well, not the best night I've had in a week, but the best night over the past week. Alright, let's see. I'm just triple checking that I've got things set up correctly, only because at this point I would have expected some song requests to have come in, and I don't see any. Just making sure I didn't accidentally disable them, because I did tweak requests a little bit today. Yeah, no, everything should be good. Okay. Da-da. That's it! Song request! But, Sparko, is there anything in the mood, that you're in the mood for? Because otherwise, I'll just default to this. Such a fun song. Good stuff. See, how about some Far East Sniper? Yeah, sure. We can make that happen. And then after that, we'll start going down the queue. So we'll have Rotterdam Shotgun after that. Not Shotgun, Shogun. There we go. Also, see, we've got a couple more folks tuning in. Happy Monday, everybody. Right, I still have yet to bump this up to a AA. Well, we seem to be doing really strongly this morning. Let's see if we can make that happen. Also, Mira! Happy Monday! How goes it? Said that you're going to be streaming after maintenance today, correct? And speaking of which, a reminder, folks, today is the day for long maintenance, so maintenance will be kicking in earlier than normal. Ooh, shame on me. That was bad. So I'm going to toss that in the queue for later. We'll go through some of the other song requests we've got, and then maybe when we're a little more warmed up, we'll come back to that. Yeah, that was bad on me. And Tawali, how goes it? Happy Monday? Alright, let's see. Just making sure I didn't miss anything in chat. Oh, and hey! Get a Catastrophe! Hey! Happy Monday! Appreciate you tuning in! See, this is why we scroll up and make sure that we don't miss anything. Alright, so we'll come back to Far East once we're a little bit more warmed up, because maybe we can finally get that AA, or at the very least, you know, not be an idiot and fail out halfway through. Let's see, up next we have... Ooh, watch you asking for Absolute. I don't remember the last time I played this. Not what I was expecting to see, but okay. Yeah, let's go for the FC. And once again, happy Monday, everybody. Now, we've got a lot of folks already being really active in chat today. Thank you. But I do see we've got some more people starting to tune in. And as always, whether you say hi in chat or you're getting your lurk on, either way, thank you for making me a part of your day. And I hope everyone's having a great start to the week. Surprised we were a little shy on that AA. It is what it is. Still had fun, though. It's actually a good chart. I was expecting there to be a lot more, like, older style kind of, weird chart shenanigans. Hey, Nutty Gray, how goes it? Alright, much obliged, Kawachi, for that. Let's take a look. Up next, we've got... Oh, Rotterdam Shogun. Thank you, Gambletini. Yeah, let's just quickly hop back to chat. Make sure I'm not missing anything, because, ooh, lots of folks today. Yeah, a lot of folks are streaming, so the idea of, like, alright, I was tuned into one person, I blink and then suddenly someone else is on, like, I remember like 6 months ago, the idea of that for Infinitas was impossible, or even Lunatic Rave even. And recently, just everyone's coming out of the woodwork, and it's just been wonderful to see. Also, it makes rating and hosting decisions difficult at times, because, you know, I'm going about my business, and then I look down at my phone, and I have not one, not two, but like 6 go-live notices. It's just like, what do? Oh, I got a little worried at the end, especially for some of those super quick rolls, but we got our act together. Thank goodness. Let's see. Recommend grabbing the VOD for Val's stream. Yeah, I caught the first part of it, and then had to duck away. But yeah, it seemed like her stream was off to a very explosive start in terms of people showing up, because I know that she recently got affiliate, and so people have been eager to cheer her on, so I can imagine the rest of the stream went well. I'll also try to catch that later today. And best way to buy Picelli, so the guide that Cold Cuts put out, Infiticon, it does go over how to purchase Picelli, and within the past year, I know that Konami started accepting non-Japanese credit cards. I know there's a couple of countries that still have trouble. I know Brazil is one of them, but for like the European region, I haven't really heard of like any major issues. Yeah, the if you're talking about what is it? Getting the Bitcash cards with the Kana on the back of them. I had to do that for a couple months. Luckily, I can read hiragana no problem. So, but for people that don't have that luxury, yeah, those things are a pain. And let's see. Yeah, Glassy. So Picelli is a digital currency that Konami uses for a lot of its arcade games, and also its online services. So. Alright, seems like I'm caught up on chat. Yeah, I had a feeling that's what might have happened during the stream with Val. Really happy to hear that, to be honest. Alright, thank you, Gambletini, for that last song. Let's see, up next, we've got... Anything from Red. Ooh. I'm still hoping that we get Texture as a revival, but for now... I know I haven't played this in a while, mainly because, well, there's no way I'm playing the Another anytime soon. So let's just play the normal. Also, we're just hitting 40 past the hour, and I do want to try to have my stretch breaks today on the hours, so we'll be doing a stretch break in about 20 minutes. And once again, thank you. A lot of folks already tuned in this morning, especially for a Monday. Like, you know, if it was Friday or, you know, not, you know, the start of a week for a lot of people, I wouldn't be as surprised. But again, thank you, everybody. Appreciate the support, and I'm glad you're all here. Hope everybody's having a good time. Such a good song. I'm not sure if I'd say I'm the official community ambassador, but I try to be an ambassador for the community. See. Yeah, Red had a lot of really great stuff in it too. Heck of a stopping point, but definitely in terms of like nostalgia and stuff to look back on, like just absolutely amazing stuff. Super strong style. Catching up on chat. Child doable. And yes, Dan courses, they've always had different songs, because, you know, it's a skill check. But yeah, the singles and doubles courses have always been different, whether it's been arcade or console or Infinitas. So Dan courses are Glassy. They're a way to test your overall skill as a player. In 2DX, there are courses, and the life bar that you have for them, it is a lot more forgiving for penalties, but it's very, very difficult to refill. And it carries over from song to song. So if you finish the first song and you have like 40%, you're going to start song 2 at 40. So a Dan course is a collection of songs that if you can clear all 4 of them with that back-to-back life bar, you then get a like kind of a certified ranking. For a lot of players, it being able to pass a certain level of a Dan course is a good milestone for like personal progress and, like, you know, to keep practicing. And over the years, typically, like when a new arcade version comes out, usually some of the Dan courses might get updated. You know, there are newer charts that more aptly fit what that play level is, or, you know, there's just changes in general to, like, better suit what that Dan level should be. As a result, though, for some of the not necessarily more difficult Dan courses, but common barriers players hit as they're progressing from just starting out to absolute masters of the game, there's a couple of common blockades, one of the biggest ones being 7-Dan, just because that typically has a very difficult song at the end of it called the Safari, and a couple of other kind of noteworthy things that have just become a trend over the years. Also, Dr. Torxmix, good morning. Happy to have you in chat, and thank you so much for the follow. Hope your the start of your week is off to a good start. Appreciate you stopping by, because if memory serves me correctly, I don't think I've seen you in my chat before. Either way, fantastic to have you here. Alright, for song requests, up next we've got... Ooh, Proof of the Existence. Love this song. Thank you, Nita, for the request. Yeah, just quickly catching on chat. Hang on one second. Because at first I didn't recognize that username, but I know that emote. Yeah, we've got a headliner in chat. Yeah, fantastic to have you here. Appreciate you stopping by. So, sorry about the ending there, but it's just like, oh hey, I know who that person is in chat. Wait a minute. Oh, right. Yeah, they're kind of famous. And I didn't immediately recognize their username. Oh, this feels... And so I had all that kicking in. Yeah, I'm used to, I've been, keeping track of, some of the stuff that you've been getting up to on, Twitter mainly. Not so much on Twitch, so that's why the name didn't immediately click, but I immediately popped on the emote. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's fantastic to have you here. And, if it's, the first, double stream that you've seen, not surprised, because there's not a lot of us. A lot of people that play doubles, especially for Infinitas, are Japanese streamers, and they tend to live stream on YouTube as opposed to Twitch. But there are some more folks that are starting to stream on Twitch, both Japanese players and some non-Japanese players, especially Telepron and NSA Spy come to mind, along with Crappuccino and BitDecay. Amazingly skilled double players. Alright, quickly catching up on chat. Ooh, 1 second. I see Nightbot is having trouble with a new command that I set up. 1 second, folks, because that command is actually important. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, I recently set up a new timer command this morning because, as you can see in chat, Vince is organizing another, or I shouldn't say another, but rather in the wake of Link Up and Hope of Tomorrow. There is another music game marathon being planned. Vince is pushing for Vision for Victory, which, like Hope of Tomorrow, is hoping to raise money for the Bail Project. So, wanted to make sure that that timer's working, because I want to make sure word gets out about that. Sorry about that. Alright, onwards. Chatting about BMT Standard Time. Alright, so once again, Amira, thank you for the wonderful Nekomata request. Up next, I've got... Ooh, 22 Dunk. Another old but gold song. I don't remember the last time I played this. Should I play the 5? The 5 or the 5? Actually, I do see Glassy saying to go for not just the 5, but the another. So, yeah, let's do the another. Appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, of course. Like, the main reason I try to stream is to, well, be an ambassador for the community. And recently, the community has been, like, over the years, the Bimani community has always been fantastic at being supportive and jumping in to help other people. But the degree to which folks have been rallying, especially for charity marathons recently, has been even surprising for me. So anything I can do to help keep that momentum going, because as much as I'm thrilled about the legit work we're getting done as a community to help bring attention to and raise actual money and support for these fantastic causes, I think it's also doing a great job of better unifying the music game scene. There's a lot of community crossover that's happening that normally doesn't happen, and I want to keep that in motion as much as I can. Alright, so this is an old chart, and as most of you know, for 6th style and older, a lot of these hyper and another charts are just battle charts, charts meant for literally 2 people, so we could see some very hilarious note patterns here. Yep, weirdness found. Oh wow, that was odd. Especially some of the neighboring chromatic, like inward rolls, like going 7 to 3 to 4 on right side. Ooh, got through it though. And regardless, much obliged for the request, Glassy. Classic song. Alright, we've got just 3 minutes before the hour, so let's do 2 more songs, and then we'll take our first stretch break. Let's see, up next... looks like it's time for me to revisit Far East Nightbird, because I know that got requested earlier. We tried it, and we failed horrendously partway through, because, I'm dumb. So let's give it a proper run. If I remember correctly, Mira, the song you're requesting is one of the boss songs from 10 Style. Yeah, a little bit further from our PB than I'd like to be, but today's a have fun day. Let's not stress it. Alright, so it's the hour on the dot, but one more song, then we'll take our first stretch break, and once again, a lot of folks tuned in this morning. I see that, in addition to all the folks that are active in chat, I've got some more people tuning in, whether you're getting your lurk on or, you've got me in the background because Viamani Radio is a thing. Thank you for being here, and thank you for making me a part of your day. Hope everybody's week is off to a fantastic start so far. Alright, so last song before we take our first break. Ooh, Cisco Clown. Fantastic choice. Let's play the hyper. Whew. Yeah, anytime we can get better than a double A on Gamble is a good day. So just a reminder for any folks that don't know. So Gamble was one of the earliest songs in the history of 2DX, and Konami thought it would be fun for, hey, what if the harder difficulty? It was still a simple chart, but we made the timing windows narrower. Because in 2DX, the timing windows are technically defined per note. It's not a global timing. As a result, timing on Gamble Hyper is incredibly difficult compared to anything else. And the another, it's even worse. So, yeah, I'll take a double A on that any day of the week. Alright, and with that, it's time for our first stretch break. And I invite you to join me. Maybe you've been sitting at your computer this whole time. Maybe now's a good time to get up, grab some water, or walk around a bit. Either way, though, I'll be back in 180 seconds, and then we'll play some more 2DX. Alright, see you folks in just a moment. All right. Welcome back, everybody. So I heard that in arcade the chart got patched, but I'm pretty sure in Infinitas it's still the older timing. If anything, just because that last run, I think I had like all flashing greats, a couple regular greats, and then goods. So I'm pretty sure the hyper timing is still in effect. Konami to Hellscaper. Yeah. The original stems getting deleted. For the anniversary CD, I still haven't listened to it yet, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm way behind. Oh, wait, no. That's a different album, that Mitter's listing. That I have heard. Yeah, and that May remix is fantastic. Alright, Dr. Twixmix. Appreciate you stopping by. Have an awesome day. Yeah, typically, I stream, every day of the week, around this time frame. So, yeah, hopefully I'll catch you again soon. Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much. Alright, so, up next for requests, we have Kawachi asking for, Pendulum Talisman, which, if I remember correctly, this is the menu music. Yes! Alright, let's dig in. A little wobbly towards the end there, but we'll take it. I really do like the those BGMs, especially the Nekomata half. Let's see. And yeah, Kitty, so for Pendule, that was when both Nekomata and LED were the sound directors for 2DX. And so they did a lot of the back-end work for 2DX at that time. And for Pendule especially, it had a kind of a time travel theme. Depending on the day of the week, the machine would either be in present time or future time. and the entire game changed. Visual appearance, menu music, what songs you could pick, everything. Pendual Talisman is a mix of the two different menu themes. Alright, thank you for that, Kawachi. Up next, ooh, Gambletini's asking for Scream Squad. Check it. I was hoping to squeak out the A. We were a little shy on it, but fun chart. That rush at the ending is definitely justified. So with saying that Pendual sounded neat in theory, it went more than okay. It was I know a lot of people really like Pendual, like as an all-time fave. Like, I don't think there's a lot of people that would say that Pendual is their favorite style of all time, but I know it's in a lot of people's like top 3 or top 5. It was very strong. Plus, towards the end of the style, before it moved on to Copula, there were eventually all of the songs were available, and they weren't necessarily time locked. But the alternating menu was really cool. Yeah, more than welcome, Gambletini. Thank you for the request. Yeah, the ending's rough, but it is justified. Like, it's like there are some 2DX charts where it's just like, and let's just dump a bunch of stuff in the last couple measures just so that you fail normal bar. But with that, like, the song builds up to that climax. Like, having that rush at the end and all that turntable work at the end, like, it fits. Like, it feels justified and appropriate. So, like, I actually quite enjoy it. Then there's also the fact that, you know, Scream Squad was the gatekeeper extra stage in Happy Skies, so, like, it needed to be tricky as well. Let's see, up next. Ooh. So, chat, can you say Speed Rave? And Glassy, much obliged for the request. I had a little bit of timing trouble. And I need to remember to check my actual early late. Alright, yeah, I thought so. I had a feeling I needed to adjust my offset. Alright. Much obliged, Glassy. I love that song. It's super fun. Yeah. Cheers, Kawachi. Appreciate you stopping by, as always. And I remember when Red Zone was a major meme song. Just all of the Nico Nico trash posts. Good times. But yeah, Red Zone never gets old. It's honestly a really good song. Like, it has such staying power. Let's be a little ambitious. So up next we have a request from Mira that just says, "Who's that?" And oh boy, I'm just trying to think of what to do for BPM. Okay. Once more. We'll give that one more shot on hard bar. If I remember correctly, I'm trying to remember, it was the extra stage, not the one more extra. It was just the initial extra stage. And you know what? Let's be smart. Let's just try to lower our miscount. We'll do hard clear. We'll go for the hard clear another day. No regrets. Love that song. Song is so good. Thank you for the request, Mida. Alright, let's see. And... Ooh, War Game. Another classic song? I know I've played it in Infinitas, I do not remember when. Huh. Let's dig in, though. And once again, as Nightbot is reminding you and me, there is going to be another rhythm game marathon coming up. Vince is trying to organize Vision for Victory. It's going to be happening in roughly 2 weeks. So please, if you're interested in possibly volunteering, check out the linked tweet for more information and the sign-up form. Or, at the very least, if you could, try to spread the word, tune in, make it as hype as possible, please, and thank you. Ooh, Mini Moog. I played that yesterday. As part of trying to get better. I played I think it was the Another that's an 11. Really tough, but Mini Moog itself, fantastic song. And sorry I'm old and I don't remember old stuff. That's completely fine. I have a couple people in my chat. Fake X mainly comes to mind, but there's a couple other folks that they prefer the older sound of 2DX, because there definitely was an overall shift in style from around like 6 or 7 style up to Red. Like they really pivoted more into electronica. So preferring older songs, like there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Same for requesting them. Like they're still great songs, and they're in Infinitas for a reason. Oh, and in terms of stuff being locked, don't worry about that, Kitty. This also, I'm just saying this for chat in general. So I'm at the point where I should have, aside from like the handful of subscriber bonus songs that I still can't unlock at all, just because they're on time release, I should have either the normal or the hyper for every song in Infinitas. So you should be able to request any song, and even still, the song request, it's just for the song. If for some reason there's a song that I don't have any chart unlocked, I will happily unlock the normal. So don't worry about bits. It's completely fine. such a good song. Like about a third of the way in, that first breakdown that has the more the harp as opposed to the pizzicato hits, so good. I know there's some chatting about aesthetics. No Doubt Out Loud would be fantastic. And Please Don't Go is in Infinitas. It's a subscriber song. I think that's going to be up for bits unlocks in a couple of months. Let me double check. Yeah, that was February of 2019. So that will be coming up in like 10 months, I think. 8. So that'll be nice. And hey, full combo. We'll take it. Hey, Gospel, good morning. Happy Monday. Fantastic to have you here. Hope the your week's off to a good start. And speaking of which, not just Gospel, but everybody. A lot of folks tuned in. See that we've still got a lot of folks also that are getting their lurk on, or otherwise, you know, are just tuned in and hanging out in the background. Regardless of how you're here, thank you. Appreciate you being here, and I hope everyone's having a wonderful day so far. Let's see. Right, we wanted to adjust our blue number. And up next, Mini Mood. Yeah, Gambletini, thank you. Yeah, not gonna lie, after playing this yesterday, for as part of trying to for the my progress session, I actually wanted to go back and play this because it's a really great song. 15 miscount, we should be able to bump this up to an EX, right? Let's go for it. I'm not sure if I would say, Please Don't Go was more meme chart. Also, Glassy, yeah, thank you for the full combo kudos. I don't think Please Don't Go was more of a meme chart. It was a very scratch and like turntable heavy song. One of the earlier ones before that kind of became more of a thing to happen in every style, like, you know, oh, here's the scratch song from, you know, Linkle or whatever. But I don't really think there were meme charts for it. Like, it doesn't have any particularly bad softland or anything like that. Plus, the video has the robot DJ that's absolutely adorable, and he's been used in a bunch of artwork for like the Dan courses and whatnot. Working very hard at work, gotten through 3 whole emails. I mean, that's definitely some hard work right there. I mean, if you do 5, you might have to file for workers' comp for, you know, for overstraining yourself. Some of those ending turntable juggles, whew, got a little dicey there, but we made it. Good stuff. Love that song. Mida, I thought, piano was also, more for, soft. As in, like, and that's where the instrument got the name for, pianoforte. Because it had the ability to be both soft or loud, whereas, previous, like, harpsichords didn't really have volume control. Hey, Gambletini, yeah, thank you for the PB kudos. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that, actually. I didn't think I was going to have nearly as strong of a raise on that as I did. Take them when we get them, though. Absolutely. Let's see. And we're about 37 past the hour, so we've got another 23 minutes before we take a second stretch break. Just mentioning it as a reminder for all of you and for me. Up next... Ooh, Glassy's asking for any song from Seven Style. Let's actually take a scroll through. One thing I'm actually quite happy about, just genre-wise, that is a heck of a spread. So I remember when this first got revived in Infinitas, I played it to death, but it's been a while, and I'm kind of in the mood for it. Much obliged, Glassy. Just catching up on chat. Pianoforte is the whole name, Morbido. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because just because of the history I have with piano, you know, the classical training I had, I've always had piano and forte as being further parts of either pianoforte the instrument or like piano, pianissimo, forte, fortissimo, etc. So I've got those pretty heavily ingrained in my head. Hey Azure, happy Monday. Always awesome to see you. How goes it? And yeah, Kakume on doubles is a thing. We'll talk about that in a minute. Such a good song. And I'm just so glad the chart is as fun as it is, because it is a not super old, but older in terms of like before Konami really had good charting habits on lockdown. I'm just grateful that that chart's as fun as it is, because that song deserves to be that fun. Oh, Gambletini. So, here's the thing. If, like, the idea of, like, you know, a song that you want to request as a joke with the intention of, like, you know, you're also kind of like, I'm stabbing you. Yeah, the easy thing to say is gobble. Like, like everybody knows about that. If you really want to go after a doubles player, there's much worse that you can actually request. Much worse. And I would say Kakume is one of them. So, first off, Gospel, thank you so much for the cheer. Really appreciate that. Thank you. So, a quick, just because I know there's a couple people that know about this, but there's a decent number that don't. Hold up. And Mira, with a gift sub. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you. Really appreciate that. So, the problem with Kakume on doubles. This was before Konami had a good idea as to what healthy charting was. Like, it's one thing for something to be really hard, but it's another for it to be hard and it feels appropriate, or it's, like, satisfying to execute. And it's another for, this is hard and I'm just not having fun at all. Or it's not physically enjoyable to play. So, Kakume is based off of Chopin's Revolutionary Etude, and the hyper and the another very closely mimic the piano. Specifically, the left hand in that piano piece is very active. It is a very bass-intense song in terms of the lower voice and register. And it's mainly just da-dun, 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 da-dun. Like, the right hand isn't doing a whole lot. The problem is they were like, oh yeah, let's have it follow the piano, which means like 90% of the chart is on left side. And it's old chart all on left side. And the another makes it worse. It is awful. I don't say this for very many charts. Look it up on YouTube and watch it. It is a nightmare. And it also breaks my heart because Kakume is actually a fantastic song. I think it's a great remix or reimagining of how to present the Revolutionary Etude. I think it's fantastic work by Taka and Naoki. It's a wonderful boss song. Good God, is it a nightmare to play on doubles. And Kitty Catastrophe. Last you paid attention to DP, Quasar was the big This Is Impossible meme. It still is. Quasar has been in Doubles Kaiden in basically every instance of Doubles Kaiden. There's only, I think, 2 Kaiden courses that don't have it, which unfortunately includes Infinitas. Taku and Konami, in terms of licensing, not on the best terms. There's literally only a couple of Taku songs in Infinitas. Quasar is not one of them. I'm still hoping and praying that one day that changes and we can get more Taku in 2DX, even though Taku on doubles is a nightmare. But yeah, Quasar on doubles it's a meme for a reason. It is incredibly difficult. Hey, Raycat! Happy Monday. Appreciate you tuning in. And yeah, on the one hand, we might have you know, a bunch of people requesting Kakame over and over. Remember, A, I can always reject the request, but more importantly, B, you're just requesting the song, not the difficulty. And I have a wonderful normal that I can play. Alright, so, enough memes. Let's move on. In all seriousness, I do see Glassy's asking for Kakame. I'm more than happy to play it. We'll get to it eventually, but for right now, Mira requested Angry Chicken for Gospel. And you know what? I haven't played Angry Chicken in a while. Hmm, 22 miscount. Well, let's just go for the double A. Thank you for the request. And also thank you for the chatter. Like, folks asking about, like, you know, why things in doubles might be weird, or talking about different styles, or asking about Dan courses. Like, this is why I stream. It's not just to talk about you know, doubles and to encourage people to learn more about that, but it's also for the game in general. Like, if folks have any questions or anything that they want to, not even necessarily questions, but like topics that they want to bring up, please do so. Like, that's why I'm here. I want to get conversation going. I want to get people engaged. So much obliged for all of the positive chatter about the game, and, you know, helping others, you know, stay in love with, you know, a wonderful series. Yeah, no double A, but yeah, minus 40 of our PB. Yeah, we'll take that. Oof, we definitely need to adjust our offset, though. Whew. Also, catching up on chat. Hey, Dizzy! Happy Monday. Appreciate you tuning in, saying hi. Yeah, the movie for Vulcan is a trip. One of my favorite things about it is that if towards the end, if you're on pace for a AAA, the overlay just changes to a giant, very obnoxious flashing AAA over and over and over. It's actually kind of funny. Alright, I've got 8 minutes before the hour, so got probably time for 3 more songs, and then we'll take our second stretch break. And let me just make sure I'm catching up on chat, because all y'all have been super active this morning, and much obliged for that. Again, the fact that I've got not just so many people tuning in to cheer me on, but also to cheer each other on, because love being able to say this. All of you frequently see a lot of these names in other streamers' chats, so the fact that you're all really trying to be encouraging for not just me, but others in the community as well, thank you. That really does mean the world to me, because that's why I stream. That's what I want to make happen. Let's see. Catching up on chat. Oh, Gambletini, you looked at Kakame DPA. Yeah, it is kind of terrible. It looks like Turbo without the aliens. So, if I don't have access to a song, I don't actively listen to it. I wouldn't say that, like, you know, I'm on, like, you know, spoilers, but, like, anything in Cannonballers, Rootage, or Heroic Verse, I might know about the songs, but until I can actively play them, I don't actively listen to them, because I still want to have kind of a first-time playthrough experience, to a degree. But because of all the noise people made about that song, I watched the video, and oh man, that video's a trip. And Yuzu, happy Monday, fantastic to have you here. Alright, so let's keep on moving, because chatting is fantastic, but we don't want to get too overwhelmed by it. Up next we have... Ooh. Gospel asking for Abyss Heavens remix. Love this song. I remember I used to really dislike this song, but I think it's because it was part of a nonstop course, and it was a blocker for me. But kind of like a same thing with a Wanna Party. But yeah, fantastic remix.
Let's go.
I'm curious about my early slow. Infinitas. Hey. Thank you. Whoa, yeah. 300 to 150. That's not client. That's just me being in a really good mood. Because when I get super hype or super excited, my timing jumps wicked early. So it's kind of a good sign. It means all of y'all got me very excited at the moment, but at the same time, ugh. Time to poke the offset a little bit. Let's see. Supposed to be an alien. Yeah, Tran is the best alien, that is for sure. Right, yeah, the master mode. I remember hearing about that. I've never really played any of the CS versions because, and I know I'm incredibly lucky to say this, mainly an arcade player despite being in the US, but I remember hearing how awful Masters mode was in terms of difficulty. Let's see. Yeah, and I'm not super worried about timing today, Gospel, because today is a fun day, but I'd like things to be a little more evenly skewed. Alright, let's see. Up next for requests. Much obliged, Gospel, for that. Up next we've got... Ooh, Kakame. Okay. Thank you, Glassy. So, I really do not feel like playing the Hyper or the Another, even just for demonstrative purposes, because, no, really, it's not fun, and it will just destroy my arms. I will have no stamina left. But, the song itself, like I was saying earlier, gorgeous song. More than happy to play it. And we're just on the hour, so I think after this song, that's when we'll take our next stretch break. And Dizzy, yep, I do have Kill Each Other. That was a promo inclusion with one of the earlier song packs. It was a Rootage preview. I do have it. Love that song too. The PB, I'm happy about. the thing I'm happier about, though, is we got rid of that pesky 1 miss and bumped that up to a full combo. Good stuff. Yeah, because I know the combo break I had on that was some random moment of stupidity on my part. All right. Yep, Kitty, Gospel, Dizzy, thank you very much for the kudos. All right, and so with that, it's time for another stretch break. But before we do that, as Nightbot is talking about in chat, hot on the heels of the wonderful success of Hope of Tomorrow, thanks to the lovely Sparko, Vince is organizing another Bimani marathon for the Bale project called Vision for Victory. It's currently set for about 2 weeks from now, 26th to the 28th. Please check the linked tweet for details, the sign-up form, and yeah, really looking forward to that event and hoping it's just as much a success as Hope of Tomorrow, if not even further. Like I was chatting about earlier in the stream, I really do think that the Bimani community has a lot of potential right now in terms of really strongly unifying, because there's a really good dance game community in the US. There's also a really good 2DX community, and there's kind of overlap between them once in a while, but I think these events have an incredible potential to really help unify the community even further, and that's what has me the most excited. Helping raise money for protesters and furthering the message that Black Lives Matter. Also, all for that too. Alright, but with that, it is time for another stretch break, and I invite you to join me. Maybe it's been a while since you've literally stood up and walked around, or maybe now's a good time to grab water. Either way, I'll be back in 180 seconds, and then we'll play some more 2DX. Alright, see you folks in a moment. All right. Let's see here. Fastball. Better not doing a small lurk. And once again, thank you all so much for being here. Whether you're active in chat or you're just tuned in and you've got me, on in the background for Bimani Radio or whatever your level of involvement, thank you so much for making me a part of your day. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday, and has their week off to a good start. And let's get back into playing some more requests and having some fun. Before we jump into the next request, I did just relaunch Infinitas. I've noticed after 3 hours, it can start to get a little wobbly, so I try to restart it, every 2 stretch breaks, because that does the trick. Since we did just relaunch Client, just going to quickly make sure timing is as it should be, and then we'll jump back into requests. Part of that also, Dizzy, so the timing in Infinitas, I haven't had issues where it drifts, like, if I'm playing and then, 20 minutes later, it suddenly jumps, and then 20 minutes, it jumps again. Like, granted, if something's happening in the background, like, Windows is trying to push an update through or something along those lines, yeah, sure. But assuming all is well, overall, Infinitas is quite stable. Having said that, though, if it's running for 3 hours or more, just because of the architecture that it's on, I believe that's the correct term to use. If it's running for more than 3 hours, it can then at that point start being more susceptible to starting to lag or drift. And then, because it's not as standardized an environment as an arcade PC, I have noticed that when I do first start up Infinitas, I might need to adjust my offset by maybe minus 0.1 or plus 0.1, not by much. Then there's also the fact that for timing, I'm much more audio-based than I am visually. Like, you're going to see me at that 335 speed mod always. Some folks, once they get really warmed up and they're digging into harder things, they might increase the speed mod a bit. For me, depending on how warmed up I am, then my overall timing might shift a little earlier, and I'll then adjust my offset. But that's, again, because of the way that I'm based. So, all right. So, timing should be good. Up next for requests, we have... Air Raid from the Underground from Cisco. Thank you. It's been a while since I've eaten some apple pie. Yeah, let's bump this up to an FC. Let's slowly lean back into it. Darn it! Ah, I had a feeling some of those jacks at the end might have gotten the better of me. Oh well. God, I remember when that song was a monster in U-Beat, and everyone was just playing the ever-living daylights out of it. It was like when Max 300 first came out all over again. Yeah, Kitty Catastrophe. Take your wife back and eat your apple pie. I've always loved that Mon Green. And Gambletini, thank you for the PB kudos. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some overlap with that in Beastie Starter. Alright. Let's see, up next. Ooh, Mira's requesting Pharaoh. And I see that he's tossing in some Linkle rings as well. So I'm not sure if I can get this AA, only because, you know, my timing isn't the strongest. I'm more of a I can read things well as opposed to time well. And this has a lot of frequent rhythm shuffle-ups, kind of similar to Portal. So hopefully we can bump this to a AA. Wonderful. And we will happily take that. Yeah, Kitty, new PBs. Always happy to have new PBs, whether it's +1 or +100. It's still a PB. And our timing is back where it should be, too. Fantastic. Much obliged for that request, Mira. Thank you, thank you. And with that request, I mentioned I saw some Linkle rings in the request text. Man, Juvelli is such a fantastic streamer. And that emote choice for the Linkle rings, just super, super choice. Alright, let's see. Next, I just want to quickly scroll back a little and make sure I didn't miss something in chat. Just have that "did I leave the oven on" mental sensation. No, everything's good. Alright. Awesome, awesome. Let's see. Up next, we have... Oh, Dizzy was asking for Kill Each Other. I love this song. Just because in more recent styles, LED's been doing more just kind of like hardcore. But especially with, I think it's Ghost something. I'm gonna just look up the name because otherwise it's gonna bother me. Ghost Revival. There we are. Like LED used to do really good either like Goa Trance or Psytrance. And oh boy. LED versus LEDG. It is just super self-indulgent Psytrance and just absolutely love this song to bits. Oh no. Yeah, so usually songs like this are a little bit easier on singles than they are on doubles, like, or more accurately, the doubles chart tends to be a little bit trickier. Kill Each Other, the DPH is incredibly easy compared to the singles hyper. And way back when, I requested it for Sparko, not knowing how much of a nightmare it was, and I am still sorry about that. Ooh. That was a little bit of a rougher run, but still managed to squeak out the A. Sure. And more importantly, awesome song. So happy to play that. Thank you again, Dizzy. Oh, yeah, like, Sparkover, like, I know often, It's Too Early is the best 2DX coach and requests really good stuff to push you. Not my intention when I tossed To Kill Each Other at you, because I honestly thought I was tossing you a softball, and it was, not that. Yeah, it's a, one artist alias versus another alias where it's the same person, which I think is kind of cute. Oh yeah, Sparko, like, I've kept that joke running as well. Like, I still laugh about it. Before we jump into the next song, that run was kind of awful. And I just kind of want a sanity check. Just gonna play like the first 8 or 12 measures of this. Alright, yeah, either we're really waking up or we're really getting hype, one or the other, but ugh. Time to poke the blue number again. Not a problem, it's just a me issue. Alright, up next we've got... Ooh, Sparko with Flashback 90s, thank you! I am overdue for playing this, and I love this song. Fantastic song from Empress. I'm not gonna lie, as much as I am a fan of Korsuke's Eagle alias for more of the drum step stuff, the like classic like house and trance for the Disco Nation alias he has, so good. I honestly wish that it got a not so much a revival, but just he would revisit it. Yeah. Although with some of the newer stuff he's done, it's been kind of more in that style too. But yeah. All right. Not bad. 20 away from our PB, we'll take that. Good gravy! What is up with my fast lows today? Now I'm worrying it's not just me. Because that's weird. I shouldn't have to be cranking it up that much, that frequently. I'm actually a little worried. Let's take a look at chat. Pretty good. Range floating around. Oh, a new 11? Fantastic! Erosion Mark I'm not surprised at, because that's also a very easy 11 on doubles as well. And same, and Afro Knuckle too. Both Afro Knuckle and Viva, I'm amazed that those are not horrendously overcharted. Alright, so I'm a little worried about my fast-slow rate. Because I've already had to really heavily adjust it as is. Like, when we started today, we were at like 1.2, or like even like 1.1. So to have to upswing this much is really weird. Like, it could just be me, but that much of a change that quickly is a little alarming. Just want to take a very quick peek behind the scenes, just to make sure that my computer isn't actually acting up. It shouldn't be, but let's just take that out of the equation real quick. Well, Steam was running when it shouldn't have been, so that could have pushed through some stuff that shouldn't have happened, and that might explain some of the offsets. And everything else looks pretty good. Alright, one more once. Hopefully things behave themselves this time, but I doubt it's an issue with client. It's probably something on my end. Whew, okay. Alright, sorry about that disruption, everybody. So, once we load back in, I'm just going to do another timing check. Just to make sure, and then we'll dive in. Because again, like, today isn't really about progress. Today's just, you know, taking requests and having fun, but still, like, I don't want things to be that heavily skewing, especially if there's an issue, because come tomorrow when we actually go to try to practice and get better, then if there's an issue that we're not jumping on sooner than later, that's just asking for a bad time. Yeah, luckily it's not the PC overheating, Kitty, although, funny enough, that's actually been a recent issue with me. Not with Infinitas, but with a couple other games that I play. But it also doesn't help that the heat recently has been absolutely awful, and I didn't have the summertime circulation for the office, the home office that I have my computer set up yet. So. Alright. Thank you for your patience, everybody. I know we've got 2 requests in the queue right now. We've got Shadow and... Oh, the, Bounce Killer, the Madison song from Copula. I actually really like that. But let's just do some quick timing checks. Make sure we're in tip-top shape. And, speaking in general, the, on-off pattern that I've been doing, one day I do requests and having fun, the next day explicitly focus on new 11s and, you know, failing forward. It's been working out really well. Not only just in terms of the being able to make progress and get better, but knowing that, you know, I'm actively pushing myself means days like today, I can not feel guilty about playing easy stuff and just enjoy the game. It's just wonderful stuff. Plus, it gives you folks in chat a much more regular outlet for either requesting whatever you want for the sake of hearing it, or trying to push me, and the two don't get mixed up, which is also nice. Alright, so, quick timing check, then we'll get back to requests. And I do also see some more people are tuning in. Appreciate you being here. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Monday. Yeah, the long version of that song is really adorable. Also, Fake X, good morning. Happy to have you with us. How goes your Monday so far? Alright, getting back to requests, and again, much apologies for the disruption. The Shadow! Thank you, Gamble2D. Love this song. Like, I'm honestly surprised I haven't done more exploring for Shrans outside of 2DX, because it's a really fun genre. Yeah, talking about the Kana Pop song, Kitty. Yeah, I actually do kind of wonder how many takes it might have taken. Hey, your day's going good. Glad to hear that, Fake X. There's also Polynosis, Tawali. There is Gravigazer, and there's the Shadow. Polynosis is also basically Sharan's. I'm not sure if it has that genre label, but it definitely is Sharan's. A friend of mine that is a bit more into electronic music gave me this wonderful descriptor of, like, if you're not sure if a song could be Sharan's, if you can picture the animals in the Polynosis video bopping their heads in time to it, then it's off to a strong start. And yeah, Remocon, so womp womp. I wish it was in Infinitas, though, Gambletini. Along with a bunch of other Remocon, but, I mean, so does it. It's kind of everyone's feelings. It's a shame, but licensing is what it is. Alright, so we go from having tons of earlies to tons of lates, and I don't even know what is real anymore. To heck with it. Alright, Bounce Killer. Right, it starts with the numbers. For some reason I was thinking it started with the RE. Alright. Thank you, Kitty, for the request. Since we're having an existential crisis with timing, let's keep it on normal for now until we get that a little bit better figured out. Also, love this song. Like, it is such a throwback to what you would hear in, like, mega mixes and stuff like that for like old, like, clubhouse and trance. Now I'm just thinking about the House Nation stuff from Empress. That was a phenomenal idea on Konami's part. Also seeing some of those requests from Fake X. Good picks. I know I've played Anu's Day somewhat recently, within like the past month, but I haven't touched Timepiece in ages, and that's a fantastic Gitadora song. That'll be fun. Not bad. Things are starting to feel like they're getting back to normal, but we'll see. 56, yeah, okay. But yeah, that song, like right from the opening, the synth stabs that establish the kind of the bass melody, the announcer, just such a throwback. So good. Yeah, more than welcome for that request, Kitty. Alright. It's about 13 minutes before the hour, so just a reminder for anyone trying to time their next stretch break. Up next, we have the universal constant of Fake X Diamond requesting Snow. You know what? I played High fairly recently, but just thinking about RAM, I really want to run it back. So yeah, we'll play that in a little bit. They're a simple diamond. They see Snow, they request. I agree, Azure. And not gonna lie, I usually do not care at all about being a trend center, but I am really hoping that meme kind of continues, because I am actually quite fond of that. And I do see we've got a couple more people tuning in. And again, whether you're active in chat, you're getting your lurk on, you've got me open in another tab because Bimani Radio, fantastic to have you here, and thank you so much for making me a part of your day. Before I forget, also, I know I mentioned it earlier in the stream. Remember, today is the longer maintenance period. So that's going to be maintenance is going to be starting 2 hours from now, as opposed to, I think it's math, 6 hours from now. No, 5. Yeah, so just don't let that catch you off guard. Such a good drum and bass song. Absolutely no regrets, basically, playing that once a stream for Fake X. Such a good drum and bass song. Although, yeah, I'm glad to hear that was fun for you as well as for me, Sparko. Yeah, more than welcome. And I also called that out earlier in the stream. So funny that you mentioned it, Fake X, and then my timer kicked off. A reminder, Vince is trying to organize a Bimani or a music game marathon fundraiser in 2 weeks. Vision for Victory. Just like Hope of Tomorrow, efforts are going towards the Veil project. So if you haven't already, please do take a look at the linked tweet and chat to get all of the details, potentially sign up, and help keep the community rallying for fantastic causes, keep that momentum going. Good timing in Rhythm Game Chat, who knew? Very nice, Farco, I approve. Alright, so up next we've got Timepiece. If I remember, this has a little bit of the It's a Drum Mania crossover, kind of weird timing, but it's not too bad. It's not Daydream, that's for sure. God, I remember a while back I tried the 11 on this, and it is just an onslaught. It is just a non-stop marathon, or not even a marathon, it's really a sprint. It just goes and goes and goes and goes. Much obliged, Fake X, for the request. I miss playing Drum Mania. Yeah, for any folks that haven't really played Gitadora or Drum Mania, Timepiece is phenomenal. Wonderful Drum Mania chart. Such a good song. Ooh, yeah, Earth-like Planet Moon Race. Yeah, those would be phenomenal. Gambletini. So Drum Mania or Gitadora, either or. It is a little bit difficult. I don't think the learning curve is nearly like for initially getting started. I don't think it's nearly as steep as 2DX. But one of the most rewarding things about it is you actually play drums. There is an incredible amount of overlap between being good at Drum Mania or Gitadora and being able to just jump on an actual drum kit. It's phenomenal. And then also, you know, if you're into electronic music, like 2DX is a good thing for you. If you like prog rock, holy cow, the song library in Gitadora is just phenomenal. I absolutely love the stuff in that game series. Back when I used to be more of a machine owner, I was lucky enough to have a Drum Mania and a Guitar Freaks cabinet for a while, and I miss having immediate access to that because it is such a fun game. Like 2DX is my game of choice, and it's the game that I get the most satisfaction from. But just inherent, immediate feedback. Hey, this is fun. Drum Mania easily takes the cake. I think part of it is where it really just advanced monkeys, and you're hitting stuff with sticks. Like, that's just inherently fun. Kind of the same reason that, you know, popping music. Yeah, I'm slapping stuff. Like, it's inherently fun. But then there's also the immediate music immersion of, oh, I'm actually playing drums. It's just super good. Totally failed at playing drums in Rock Band. So there was a bit of a drought in the New England community between when the arcade that I got started at, Tokyo Game Action, closed. Because another potential local arcade, Game Underground, also went under for a bit. They're back, thankfully. But during that time period, I actually really got into Rock Band. Like, I had the Pro Drum Kit, the works. And yeah, it's tough. I miss playing Rock Band a little bit. Only a little, though. Because, you know, I've got 2DX again. But yeah, Pro Key on Rock Band 3. Fun times. Oh yeah, the charting patterns also, in general, very, very different, Kitty. Well, I mean, part of the reason that I'm okay with playing Pro Key in Rock Band is I actually play piano. So there was a much more immediate crossover for me. It was like when I went to play Real Mode on Keyboard Mania years ago. A lot of times I just wasn't even reading the chart and just falling back on my actual musicianship, and it worked. So. Alright, up next for requests is Agnus Dei, also from FakeX. Thank you. Wait, I unlocked it but didn't play it? The heck? That's bizarre. Also, chat, what Azure is saying? Oh, that is a heck of an inside story. But long story short, we were, you know, everyone was hanging out at my house. And Azure's like, hey, let's get some of the recent Billy Joel DLC. It'll be fun. And I'm like, yeah, sure. So we grab it and toss it on. And I get absolutely blindsided by incredibly difficult Pro Key charts. Also doesn't help that I wasn't aware of the absolutely insidious roll at the beginning of Angry Young Man. And, yeah. Ever since, I actually have a kind of nervous twitch whenever I hear Billy Joel on the radio. Thanks, Azure. Yeah, we will happily take that. That timing-wise, that is much. Not only does it feel a lot better compared to the existential crisis I was having like a half hour ago, but that close to a AAA, yeah, we will happily take that. Much, much better. Well, and here's the thing. In Azure's defense, it's more just he's a fan of Billy Joel and Billy Joel's discography, and it was perfectly apt. He wasn't trying to be all like, hey, I got you. It just... My reaction was the opposite of having poker face, and it kind of became a running joke with us. But I'm also not kidding when I say whenever I hear Billy Joel come on the radio, I get slightly nervous because I'm waiting for a wall of notes to clock me out of nowhere. But honestly, I'm glad for it because up until then, like just personally, I hadn't really gone through a lot of his music. And it was something I was overdue on just because he's a fantastic performer and songwriter. So, nervous Twitch aside, I'm actually grateful. And Kitty, Gambletini, thank you for the kudos. Yeah, I'm actually very happy with that. It is just past the hour, so we are due for another stretch break. I do want to make sure I'm completely wrapped up by 12. Honestly, more like 11:30, just because I do have a bunch of stuff I need to try to get done today, or more specifically, stuff that I really haven't been doing because my streams keep running over, and then my brain keeps finding excuses for me not to be a proper, responsible adult, So let's take a quick stretch break now. I'm not going to do a full 3 minutes, just maybe 30 or 60 seconds. But as always, I invite you to join me. If you need to go stretch, grab some water. Now might be a good time. Personally, I'm going to do a lap or two around the apartment and double check my turnip prices in Animal Crossing. But then after that, we'll play some more 2DX. And yeah, again, thank you all so much for being here. Looking forward to playing more songs and having fun. Alright, be back in a moment. Alright, and we are back. Alright, just gonna make sure this message on my phone isn't important, and then we'll jump back into requests. Alright, so up next for requests, let's see. I've got my submission for High, but we've also got Elemental Bender from Sparko. I think I'm going to do that first, then we'll go back to Ram. And once again, thank you. A lot of folks tuned in this morning. Really appreciate the support, and also all of you being awesome to one another, and hope everyone's having a fantastic Monday. And just restating it again, I am hoping to wrap up before 12, sometime between, so like within the next 20 to 50 minutes, leaning a little more towards the 20. So if there's any other requests people want to get in, now's the time. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow as usual. All right, let's dig in.
Game on. Got a forward feet. That's how I roll. Just breathe. No going back. Get a go. Up to the fire. Against the water. And bending, bending, bending. Into the air. And from the ground up. And bending, bending. Reading lines right at night, masking the runs and the toys, and cherry beds and way pushing back. We strong, baby, when I do this thing, and then I get back to my wheel, and even when I need to end, we are.
We had a combo break way early in the song, didn't we? Aw. Oh well. Super fun song, though. Yeah, so for me, I kind of skipped over Copula. So having all of those song packs come out somewhat recently and discovering a lot of the stuff that was in Copula was super fun. So I get that for discovering Cinnobuzz. And Cinnobuzz is super strong. A lot of amazing stuff in it. Especially, you know, that one trance song that everybody keeps talking about. As they should. Because, ooh, what a legend. Yeah, I'm not too unhappy about missing the FC. It's one of those, yeah, we'll totally get it eventually, and you know, it's not like it's an 11 or a 12. Alright. Much obliged, Farco. Let's see, we've got Quickening, Sweet Lab. Let's jump into High, though, because I actually really do want to play that for some reason. Plus, you know, speaking of legends. Gosh, such a good melody line. So good. Plus, the way that it leads into it, like in the intro, there's the really snappy snare drum samples, and then it completely drops out, except for that, except for the melody, to introduce the extra harmonics on it. Just wonderful. Alright. Now that that self-indulgence is over. Ooh. Gambletini's asking for quickening. Good stuff. Now let's dig in. Such a fun time. I just remember the, I'm just keep remembering the Doubles Maniacs chart from Dance Maniacs. So good. Oh, no, no, not Maniac. Wild. There we go. That's the difficulty. It was mild and wild. But yeah, quickening on Dance Maniacs was super fun. Which song, Kitty? Quickening or, High? I'm guessing Quickening. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually quite reasonable. Easily could be overcharted, but it's actually not too bad. Let's see, up next. Ooh. Fake X, were you looking for Lab? Alright. Yeah, 'cause I typed in Sweet Lab and I'm like, wait a minute. Things are going well. So let's see if we can't bump up the hyper. I don't think we'll be able to bump it up to an A, but I definitely think we might be able to lower our miscount a little. Famous last words, but... Oh, is Sweet Lab a song? Because I'm not immediately remembering that name. Also, Dexter! Happy Monday, how goes it? Oh, okay, so it's a so it's an older revival that got brought back in okay, okay. Yeah, I honestly don't remember that song. I should, because I played AC and I've gone through older styles as well deliberately. So even like stuff that might have gotten removed, like I've gone through everything. I just don't immediately remember it. I'll have to look it up. Oh, GJ Simon? Yeah, for something from 4th style, yeah, that checks out. Okay. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. No qualms going back to Lab as opposed to Sweet Lab, because again, talking about RAM, great stuff. Oh, I completely threw out that ending. But we actually managed a PB, which I'm quite happy about. And yeah, in the early part of the song, I had a couple of combo drops that were completely my fault, so only being +3 on our miscount, I'm actually very happy about that. Yeah, we will take that. Ooh. I know a couple weeks ago, Qvelia first requested something wonderful, and it's a song that honestly was not in my memory at all. And I actually quite like it. So, much obliged. Thanks in advance, Fake X. Let's dive in. And Gospel, welcome back. The low AA on this actually is a bit of an eyebrow raise. Let's see if we can't get this FC taken care of. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, Kitty. Have a great Monday. Yeah, that song is aggressively late, but at the same time, hey, we got the FC. So kudos to that. Alright. Seaside Labyrinth? Dirty Androids? In my stream? Heck yeah. And Gospel, Gamble? Much obliged for the kudos. Yeah, that's a fair counterpoint, Sparko. Kind of surprised that Fake X beat you to it, but I mean, no complaints because I mean, come on, it's Seaside Labyrinth. Yeah, Fake X, thank you for the kudos. We missed that second jack chord at the end, but no complaints. Wonderful song. Plus, yeah, video is super, super, not only adorable, but like on point for like kind of that 80s synth like sound and look. Just really on point. Alright, let's see. So we've got, it's half past the hour, and I want to get wrapped up in the next 15 to 30. Let's see, we've got a request for Racer Motor. I'm going to do last call for requests at this point. If there's anyone that hasn't yet requested something that wants to, now's your chance. But otherwise, after Eraser and any last minute requests that crawl in, at that point I'm gonna go into victory lap mode at that point and start getting ready to wrap up. Yeah, let's see if we can't get the FC. We should be able to. Keyword should. And I know that Eraser, Fake X saying it's underrated. I know that there's some people that really do not like it. I actually like it. I think it's a good song. I'm not sure if I'd say it's underrated, but I definitely think it's a much better song than some people give it credit for. That's for sure. Gonna give that one more shot just because of the FC. And if I'm stupid again, we'll move on. Or just gloss over it. Alright, one more once. Also, for hearing its last call, blocks. Strong choice. Yeah, fairly close to our PB. We'll take it. Still a little about dropping the combo, but we'll get it eventually. It's not that big a deal. Yeah, I agree, Gospel. Good effort on my part, and we'll get there eventually. It's not the end of the world. I'm 99% positive I've gotten it before, and it's really not that big a deal. It's just me being silly about some of the stuff in the intro. All right. So, up next, we have blocks and Fake X. Fantastic choices as always. Thank you. And then after blocks, I'm gonna play 2 or 3 songs just to kind of wrap up and kind of victory lap, and also get ready to wind down the stream, raid someone, all that good stuff. Now I know that there's some weird one-hand, not quite scale, but back and forth chromatic trills that I can't quite EX, so we'll just see if we can't raise our score a bit. Alright, and as we start winding down, once again, thank you all so much. This has been a fantastic morning for me. I know this has been a great way for me to start my week, and I hope a lot of you can say the same. A reminder, today is the longer maintenance period for the EMU servers, so if any of you folks also play Infinitas or Sound Voltex, just a reminder, servers will be going down in about an hour and a half from now. They'll still be coming back on at the normal time, though. Which also reminds me, Mira said that they were going to be streaming right after maintenance starts, so if you folks are looking for someone to tune into once the servers are back online, fantastic person to stream in and hang out with. I'm going to be doing my best to tune in, but also that is prime time for the boyfriend just getting home from work and us potentially settling into either chores or errands and all that responsible adult malarkey. So. But I know that it's been a couple days since Mira was last able to stream, so I definitely want to try to tune in and say hi. Yeah, we managed to squeak out a minor PB. Yeah, we will happily take that. Hey, King KC. Oh no, King DKC. There we go. Yeah, hey, how goes it? Appreciate you tuning in, saying hi. And if memory serves me right, it's been a while since I last saw you say hi in chat. Hope life's been treating you well. It's fantastic to see you again. Grinding sound Voltex? Not a bad hobby to have, that's for sure. Alright, so we are kind of in a wind-up mode at this point, so I've got 2 songs that I want to play, kind of for funsies and as a victory lap, and then of course, our final incandescence. Past 4 new 17s, that's fantastic! Yeah, stoked is definitely something you should be, that's phenomenal, good for you! So earlier, Sparkle requested Elemental Bender, and that reminded me, something else that dropped in Cinnaba's that kind of has a good club thump to it, that I'm really happy to have back in Infinitas. Music is the answer. Love the bass line on this. Ah, such a good song and a good time. Yeah, Dizzy, like, music is the answer. When Cinobuzz, when I first got to play Cinobuzz, I was all over this song, because at that time, Sisho, Usao, and Lapis were relatively new to Bimani, and I was super psyched for any material from them, and listening to the Holics album and getting to hear some of the not hyper hardcore stuff that Shisho was capable of, I was so psyched to have something that was more down tempo from him in 2DX. So good. Hey, Okome! How goes it? And you're not late. You're getting here exactly when you intended to. No, good to see you. I am wrapping up, but we've got one more victory lap song and then our final incandescence. So you haven't missed everything, but we are at the tail end of things. But fantastic to see you. Hope your Monday's been going well. Or is it Tuesday at this point? Because I know you're literally on the other side of the globe. Ah, hope all is okay with work, Mira. Glad to have you back in chat. Hope that phone call went well. Yeah, just before midnight? Alright, yeah. I wasn't sure if it was just before or it was just after. But yeah, either way, fantastic to have you here, Akome. Alright, so we are in wrap-up mode. We got one more song and then our final incandescence. Most of you folks probably know what I'm about to play. Ooh. Well, on the one hand, Mina, I know that, like, things returning to normal business-wise is good news. Just fingers crossed that it's not too premature. So. And like I was mentioning earlier, Mina, I know you're going to be streaming today after maintenance ends. Really looking forward to tuning in and saying hi, because I know it's been a while since you last streamed. Fingers crossed on my part, just because that's 6 o'clock my time, and that's prime time for when the my better half gets home and we jump into either grocery shopping or, you know, similar chores and errands. But I definitely want to try to tune in for that. I'm super excited for it. Singapore just announced country reopening Friday. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I agree that we should start trying to slowly reopen things, but I can't emphasize the word slowly. The thing that I'm worried about is governments are going to say one thing, and a bunch of people will then jump the gun thinking that it's okay, and it's going to result in more of an outbreak. But cross our bridges as we get to them. Small steps. Ah, such a good time, such a good chart. Catching up on chat. Yeah, Sparko, Amazing Mirage is too strong. Agreed. Right, yeah, there's the whole tourism facet with hotels. I forgot about that. It's a good point. And yeah, talking about jumping the gun, yeah, some of the, like Florida, and some of the South in the US comes to mind. Ooh. Yeah, hopefully they're able to go home soon, Gospel. I know that with my mom, she has a vacation cottage in Ireland, and she was planning on coming home like end of March. She's going to be flying home in 2 weeks. Good news is that she's not only safe there, but also happy. It's not a problem, but yeah, I know that there's a lot of folks that got accidentally stranded, and it's really stressful. Cases, 18 ingredients. That's fantastic news, Mira. Glad to hear that the countermeasures are working and people also behave themselves, because that's also what made it work. All right. So at this point, it is time for us to have our final incandescence. So we should have someone to raid. I don't see anyone immediately, but I'm also going to reload Twitch, and hopefully we'll find someone to raid. Crispy Creamy, how goes it? Happy Monday! Unfortunately, I'm just about to start Final Incandescent, so you're tuning in right for the end, but, I mean, there's always next time. But no, good to hear from you. How have you been? I know you also have been working away at doubles, much like me, but I know you're more of an arcade player. But no, good to see you. Have you, hope your Monday's going well.
Burning.
All right, with that, that is going to be the stream for today. Before we get into shoutouts, before we get into finding someone to raid, a reminder, because I did see Nightbot just recently bring it up, and I want to make sure I shout it out one more time. Hot on the heels of the Hope of Tomorrow, Vince is organizing Vision for Victory, a music game marathon that will also be raising funds and efforts for the Bale Project. It should be in 2 weeks. That's currently when it's slated for. Please check out the linked tweet in chat for all of the info, the sign-up form. Really want to try to keep that rallying sense that we've had in the community going, and I'm really excited about it. So, while we do shout-outs and shut down, I just want to catch up on chat. Crispy, money's been good. Playing a lot of singles, because, ugh. Yeah, I remember way back you were, I think you were reporting some trouble with Turntable. Sorry to hear that it's gotten worse. And yeah, Akome, I cannot play singles. Like, granted, can I play, like, 6s and 7s? Sure, but my hands fight with each other something fierce, because I am just not used to having to have two hands on one set of keys. It is just mentally, it is awful. I just fall down a flight of stairs over and over and over. Business consulting. Yeah, that sounds accurate for the kind of work. Yeah. Thanks for the stream. I'm a good dude. Thank you, Crispy. And again, as we get into thanks, first off, thank you everybody for tuning in. I know there's been a lot of folks in chat, but as always, to everybody that's either got me on in the background or another tab, or, you know, you're just getting your lurk on for today. Appreciate you being here and making me a part of your day. I'll be back tomorrow as usual. But for all of the folks in chat, Burkant, thank you. And SPV Labs, thank you so much for the follow. So, with that, I do want to say thank you to everyone that was in chat, and I've been saying this the past couple streams, a lot of folks have been tuning in recently, and sometimes I am actually at this point starting to get a little overwhelmed with how many people have been tuning in and cheering me on and all that good stuff. So if I do miss anyone during the thank yous, please forgive me. It's a good problem to have, but one that I definitely need to solve sooner than later. But right at the start of the stream, Sparkover, thank you so much for tuning in and saying hi. And again, all the great work you did with Hope of Tomorrow. Like, I think after what happened with Link Up, I think Hope of Tomorrow was a fantastically run event to keep that momentum going. And it's also why I'm super psyched for Vince's efforts with Vision for Victory. So Kawachi was also here earlier. Longtime regular in my chat. Thank you so much for being here as always. And Glassy Press. Again, I know that you're super new to Bimani in general, so the fact that you've been consistently showing up the past couple days, really thrilled for that, because I know it's not just my stream you've been tuning into, and it's fantastic to have you in the community. Cisco Clown, great to see you again. I know it's been a while. It was fantastic having you in chat today. Also Gambletini, a relative newcomer to the chat. Wonderful having you. Mita, fantastic as always to have you. Twali also saying hello. Kitty Catastrophe saying hi. I know they just followed yesterday, and today was kind of their first time being in chat. Great to have you. Also, Nani Gray stopped by. Hadn't seen you in a couple months. Good to see you again. And Dr. Twixmix. Oh boy, that was a heck of a visit to have. Super appreciative for stopping by and for the follow. Looking forward to crossing paths again in the near future, especially with all of the fantastic fundraising work that he's been doing as well. Also, Gospel, great to see you, Azure. Pleasure and an honor, but you know that. Raycat, Hoodat, Dizzy, Yuzu, great to see you folks again. VakeX, Universal Constant with Snow, and many other awesome requests. Thank you as always. Dexter, King DKC, thank you again. Especially King DKC. I know it's been a while. Glad to hear your Sound Voltex is doing amazingly well. 4 new 17s. Good stuff. Akome and Crispy, right at the end, along with Burkant. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. And last but not least, SPV Labs. And let me just take one last look at chat just to make sure. Lots of thanks for streaming. Yeah, pleasure and an honor here. So I will be back tomorrow morning. We'll be failing forward, doing new 11s and trying to get better. But until then, world is a bit of a scary place right now, so please take care and be safe until next time. I know servers are going to be going down a little bit, and Meta should be going live right after, along with probably a lot of other folks that are in chat right now. Appreciate all of you and how much you try to tune in and support each other's streams. Because, I mean, you guys know, the reason I stream is to try to, support the community. But for now, I'm triple checking for someone to potentially raid, and I'm not immediately seeing anyone live, at least that I'm already following, that's streaming Bimani. So I think we might actually have to just wrap the stream, which is weird. I'm kind of amazed I don't see anyone. Usually there's at least someone doing Lunatic Rave or something similar. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, everybody, until next time, thank you so much. Cheers.